So today I've decided to give my guest room a makeover. It is really bland. It has a bed and a desk. So yeah, I've decided to give it a makeover so that if I eventually do have guests, they can feel at home. So this is currently the state of my guest room. There is not much to it. There's just a day bed that converts to a bed. And then I have a desk in here that I never use. So let's go ahead and do something with that. So the first thing we're going to start with is the walls. I have really bland walls. Obviously, I live in an apartment, so I can't paint, which is really what I wanted to do. But because of that, I just went to my neighborhood Ross and picked up some paintings. There were actually the three paintings that I purchased were under $50. I'm pretty sure they were under $50. And I love Ross for that. If you ever want to get some cheap paintings, your local Ross is the perfect place to go. But yeah, so that's what I did. Here I'm trying to get it to be straight. I'm using thumbtacks, not nails, because obviously I can't put holes in my wall since I live in an apartment, but I just used thumbtacks and I just could not get it to be straight. It's like when I got one side to be straight, the other would be crooked. So that's what I'm doing here, is trying to get it to be perfectly straight. I don't have OCD or anything, but it was absolutely driving me nuts. So the next thing I'm doing is I am going to do the bed. So I purchased this bed from IKEA. This was, I think, $300, $299 from IKEA, and it's a day bed that you can actually also convert into a king size bed. And you see, I always have to do a little dance when I'm working. Yeah, so I purchased this bed from IKEA, and originally I was using it for a smaller room that I had, but I upgraded to a bigger room, so I have more room. I purchased a mattress from Amazon for about $100, I think a little bit more, and it's a memory foam, so it's great. And this is tiring, guys. I was already sweating. As you can see, this is not a one-man job. But finally I got it to work, and sis had to take a little bit of a break. I was tired. Next I'm doing the sheets, and one thing I realized once I started doing the sheets is I purchased two twin size sheets, which works perfect because they're twin size beds, but I then only had twin size flat sheets and that does not work for a king size bed. So I decided to forego the flat sheet for this. So whoever sleeps in this bed, sorry, you're just gonna have to sleep under the comforter, and there'll be no flat sheet under there, which drives me nuts because for my bed, I have to have a flat sheet. It saves you time because your comforter never gets dirty. So here I'm just putting my duvet cover on. Also bought that duvet cover on Amazon. I just purchased a regular white one because I couldn't decide on colors. I tend to just stick to blacks and blues, and I didn't want this room to look like mine. I wanted it to be neutral for whoever my guest is. So that's what I decided to do, the white. So a quick tip, if you actually use duvets instead of like a regular comforter, always make sure that you buy duvet covers that have the tie tabs in them, so that you can actually just tie the corners into your duvet. That way they don't shift, because if you buy them without it, what you'll find is that the duvets will shift inside the cover, and if you have any sort of like down alternative or down comforter with the feathers in there, they will start to shift as well when the actual duvet shifts, and you don't want that. You don't want all of the duck feathers to be at the bottom, and then that defeats the whole purpose. So here I am taking another break. This was like my 100th break. I was so tired, drinking some malt. Malt soothes my soul. I love malt. Anyway, let's get back to work. So here I'm doing the pillows. I tried to do a colorful pillow, but I told you guys I am a black or blue type of girl, and I just could not bring myself to buy something other than black or blue. Okay, let me give you a second to watch my awesome dance moves. People say I can't dance, but look at that girl. Ooh, hey, hey. So up next, I am putting up a mirror on this wall. Now, usually I'm not very meticulous about how and the measurements of things, but you know, as I become more handy, I realize that I do now. So let's see Handy Terry do her thing. Anyway, so this time I'm putting holes in the wall because my mirror is actually really heavy, and so thumbtacks will definitely not hold it down. So I'll just deal with the consequences later when I move. I don't plan on moving anytime soon, but we'll worry about that later. Not now. So yeah, just putting up the mirror. It wasn't too hard. I've done this before, and this is an old mirror that I have had for years. So I'm not really sure where I purchased it from. Sorry guys. It's a cute mirror though. Look at it. So absolutely beautiful mirror. And I put it center. It's centered. Look at that perfection. Handy Terry at her best. And it's centered. Look at it. Oh. So up next, we're gonna do the desk, and if you can't tell by my face, I am absolutely exhausted at this point, but hey, I just wanted to get it done, so I didn't have to worry about it the next day. So I bought this table from Amazon for actually a little bit more than I think it's worth, but unfortunately, since the pandemic happened, everybody was buying tables and desks, so there was a shortage online, but I managed to find one, and I got this desk for Melissa so she could use it in her room, but she no longer lives with me, so I decided to keep the desk. Anyway, what I'm doing is I am just using contact paper that I have had for a while. Everything in my house is marble because if I don't like it, I marbleize it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just using contact paper to cover the table, and it's quite, I got this marble contact paper on Amazon. I've had it for years. I probably had it for like 5 years. I just bought a whole bunch because I was afraid that they would run out of it when I needed it. So I just have spares just sitting around, and anytime that I don't like any furniture I have, I just cover it with this so that it looks different. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just using a credit card to make sure that there are no bubbles in the on the table, and yeah, your arms start to hurt after a while. Thankfully, I was on the phone with someone, so it didn't seem too bad. It didn't seem like a chore, but still, I wanted to make sure that there were no holes or bubbles, so I was taking my sweet time. The problem I did run into, though, is because I've had this contact paper for so long, it didn't stick as much. The ends were they were fighting with me a little bit, so I couldn't get it to be as perfect as I usually would get it. And here we go again, another dance. So here is the almost finished product. And doesn't it look so good? It looks good, innit? Yeah, so I'm almost done with it. I was just trying to make sure that the edges stuck because it was fighting with me. It would not work, and I don't like it. So yeah, I am just making sure that they stick. It wouldn't for some parts, so eventually I just ended up taping it because I didn't want to deal with that. But yeah, doesn't it look so good? I absolutely love it. Just finishing it up. At this point, I'm so tired. I'm ready to be done, but my girl Gertrude actually called me, so we were just having a chat, you know, making time go by fast. So after this, I had to take a break. I had homework to do, so I took a break. So here I am the next day. I realized that I did not put up my curtains, so Handy Terry is here. to put up the curtains. Brought out my little drill that I got from IKEA. Shout out to IKEA. Put up the curtains. I cut a lot of it out because you know how curtains are hung. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am done. At this point, I'm just making sure that the curtain rod does not fall off of the thingamajigger. But here we are. Drum roll, please. It is now time for the finished product. And if you've made it this far, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button and come back for some more. Yatta! Alright guys, so here is the finished product. I ended up putting up some LED light strips, so I figured I would turn it on and let you see what it looked like. And of course I had to put it in my almost favorite color, blue. But here you go. People always ask me why I use clear curtains, and I'm always like, I don't want my guests to be too comfortable. I want them to eventually leave. So yeah, that desk came out really, really good. I also cleaned the board. And then I'm kind of a little bit jealous of this room because the bed in here is bigger than mine, and I want a king size bed. And of course, here it is back to a normal light. It's not as pretty in normal light than it is in blue light, but whatever. And of course, I had to put Milo's bed in here so that he can, I mean, this is technically his room, and if you're a guest, you're taking up his room, so you have to be nice to him. Alright guys, I hope that you've liked my video. If you have and you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day!